Hey everybody, Amanda Olson here, Master Mom with Olson's Martial Arts Academy, and I was going to talk today about work ethic and how we can help our young people, our teens and young adults in that area. I think, over the last couple of decades, we've been a little bit lax in teaching our kids about work ethic as a whole. Maybe not you specifically, but just in general with making things too easy for our kids. And that comes off of, maybe your life was kind of hard and you don't want your kids to have that hard of a life. And I get that. And that, we all want our kids to do better than we did. But that doesn't mean we need to make it easier for them. There's a lot of lessons to be learned in working hard and working for something and failing, not getting it the first time. And trying again. So I'd like to just tell a couple of stories from my life about why I think that's important and why that's helped me today. I feel like I have a very strong, thriving work ethic. I get up in the morning and I work on planning my day and pretty much follow that throughout the day, get things done. Yeah, I mess up, I fail, I don't always get it right, but I learn from that, and it certainly doesn't stop me from doing it, the next day, to get up and try again. Here's my dog this morning. Hey, how you doing, buddy? He's probably wondering who I'm talking to. When I was 16 years old, I taught Taekwondo. I would drive to in Destin, just a place where I taught in Destin after school 3 times a week. Drive myself out there. It was probably about a 20-minute drive or so from my high school, and I would go there and I would teach a kids class, and then I would have time in between. I would work on my homework, and then I would teach an adult class. It was up to me to keep the facility clean, to do the books, manage the paperwork, manage everything. It was really my deal. So everything was really up to me. If I didn't order the belts on time, then when people graduated, they wouldn't have them. That was on me. If I didn't pay the bills, then we wouldn't have air conditioner. And trust me, in Florida in August, you want air conditioning. If I wasn't there on time, there was nobody to open up. I had to be prepared. There's nothing in that bowl, Tux. There's nothing in that bowl either. Well, anyway, good times. Tux. No. So now somebody needs to help me with how to get your dogs to listen to you. That would be really helpful. All right. But, so everything was really up to me, and I still had high school and responsibilities. I was president of the chorus at my high school. So there was responsibilities I had there, and, I was also a member of the choir at church and, active there. So there was a lot of, things that I had to make sure I showed up for. So it's not like it was the only thing that I had, plus I did make really good grades. I was able to get a full scholarship based on my grades and ACT scores. And, so it wasn't like I just did this one thing and everything else fell to the wayside. I think I was pretty successful at a lot of the things that I did. So, I would go there and do my job, and that's how I, paid my way, and that's how I helped my family. So the summer of being 16 years old, having a car and all that and wanting to do stuff, I had some time off, and, you live at the beach and there's all kinds of places to go and have fun. I wanted some extra money. I wanted some extra spending money. So I didn't go to my parents and ask for money or anything like that. I actually went to the newspaper, and young people, if you're listening, there actually was a time where there weren't smartphones and internet, and you didn't just do all that. You actually had to go somewhere, talk to a person, and fill out a form. And, that's what I did. I went down to the newspaper, found out how much it cost to place a classified ad. And, my ad simply said, I do windows, and I put it in the services part of the classified ad section for cleaning houses and stuff, I wanted, I could go get a job somewhere, but I wanted something where I had the freedom to set my own hours, because I had all these other responsibilities. So I wanted to make sure that I could get a job, do something, earn some extra cash, you know, for gas in my car so I could, you know, do more things or buy stuff. So that's what I did. I placed that ad, and that way I could make my own schedule. I could even set my own wages, you know, what would I charge to do this? And I got a couple of phone calls back, and, you know, this was, there were no cell phones, so, you know, these were on the landline at home, so they would leave a message and I'd have to get back to them, or, you know, hopefully I was home and could answer the phone call. But I got a couple of cleaning jobs that way, and worked that summer for a couple of families, helping them out. One was an older couple, and they really couldn't do some of the deep cleaning things that needed to be done around their house, so I really felt like not only was I getting paid and, you know, at my time, at my wage that I wanted, but I was helping this family out and helping them have a nice home when they really deserved it at that time in their life. So, you know, there was a lot of things learned from me doing that. One, just initiative. Two, you know, being in charge of my life. And three, you know, through that time of cleaning other people's homes, just how, you know, how fortunate I was to have the mobility I did at that age, and the freedom that I did, where some people just didn't, you know. So it was a nice way to help out others, and at the same time, you know, it was a win-win. They got their house cleaned well, and I got paid. So that's just one story. I have a lot of stories of different jobs and things I've done over my life. Obviously, the main one, and the one that always people know about, is the Taekwondo instruction. So I'll talk more about that later. But I just want young people to know there is a lot to be learned by doing stuff on your own. You know, my mom didn't call the paper and place an ad for me. I would have been embarrassed about that. You know, my mom didn't call up these people who wanted to know what I charged and took care of that for me. You know, my dad didn't hold my hand. That it was something I wanted to do, and something that I did. And I really would have been embarrassed if I had to ask for help in something that I wanted. So young people, just kind of my advice today is, if you really want to build your confidence in yourself, step out a little bit on your own. And, you know, I'm not talking about defying your parents, but if you want something, if you want money, if you want, you know, some financial freedom to buy the things that you want or do the things that you want to do, like I did, you know, find a way to make it happen. Go out and look for a job. There's jobs out there. There's plenty of people who need help. And you're young and you're strong. You can do the things like that, like manual labor, that some families just can't do right now. Or, you know, they've got 4 kids and they're both working and they need some extra help. And they'd be happy to pay you for that. You know, it doesn't have to be a 9 to 5 or 5 to 9 or anything like that. You can create your own opportunities like I did. So that's just one little story today about work ethic, and parents, I hope you'll pass that along. I can go into a lot more details and a lot more stories, but I'll stop the video here and I'll just save those for next time. All right, you guys have a great day. Master Mom, Amanda Olson.